Hi you guys, it's Tonya, and I had someone send me a request to do a tutorial on how I bound my Baroque mini die from the Steampunk Debutante Baroque mini album that I gave away for my 500 subby giveaway, and I'll put a link to that video down in the description for you guys. But it is kind of the same way of binding that a lot of people have been using for mini albums, and I guess with it, the way that it was shot, it was kind of hard to tell, but you can do the same binding method for just about any shape or size. So, and I like it because it makes your big fat minis sit flat. So what you really want to do is decorate all your pages first when you are designing your books. The grinding that's going on in the background is my Cricut. It is chomping away at something right now, so please ignore the hum. But the Baroque is very thin. There's not a whole lot of space right here, and of course here you don't have a whole lot of real estate for putting items and stuff. So for a mini album, this die can be a bit challenging for some. So to save a little bit for the binding area, what I tend to do is when I'm decorating my pages, I try to leave about a ½ inch in on the spine area. And what that does is that will give me the option for adding a piece of paper that can stick out as deep as I want it to stick out, but still gives me the flexibility to be able to decorate all of this real estate here. So what I've done is I've taken a strip. The Baroque from here to here is 2 inches. If you do it from the from the landscape side, from here to here, it will be 2 1/4 inches. So, just measure which way you want to go before you do it. So I've cut a strip of paper, and I'm just using scraps for right now just to kind of give the technique. But choose your binding color, choose whatever color you want. And what I'm going to do is remember that my pages would typically be already decorated. And the reason for that is because on the binding, I tend to go in and make this little accordion folds. And to know the depth that you need in here, you need to know how tall your minis stand up. Because you want to allow for that extra bulk in between each page, and that's what this accordion fold will do for you. So for this, I just scored this sheet at every ½ inch. And you also want to make sure that you can start with, when you bind this down, you're going to take this and you're going to bind it down here, and I'm going to use glue. You want to use either the red tape, or I don't know how strong score tape is because I don't have any, but if it's a really strong tape, then that's fine. You could use that. And you want to glue that side down. So that's going to be this would be your outside cover, basically. I'm going to just use hot glue for right now. If you want to use hot glue, what I suggest doing so that you don't end up with a mess is put the hot glue directly onto the Baroque die. Otherwise, you're going to end up with it oozing out everywhere. And this is a tip that I give all of my newbies, is when gluing, glue to the smallest surface so you don't have it sticking out. So I'm going to take and I'm going to place the first right here. Now you're going to take this and you're going to accordion fold it in. But you're not going to glue it to here, because if you glue it to here, then you don't get that extra play that you need. So I'm going to leave that, I'm going to leave this unexposed. Then I'm going to take it, fold it down, and I'm going to take my second Baroque die, apply the glue to it. And again, remember these pages are decorated, so make sure you get them gluing in the right direction. Then I'm going to take this and kind of fold it down. It doesn't have glue on it. I'm going to line it up with this one. And you want to make sure you're getting your dies lined up. So especially if it's a die cut, you want to make sure you get them lined up. And then there's going to go on that. Now I'm going to fold this down and I'm going to go to the next page. Again, apply the glue. I'm going to pick my mini up, fold this down, and line up my pages. And these are just 1/2-inch valleys. I'm going to pull this down, and now it's time for your last page. So on the last page, you don't want to glue it to the same side that you've been gluing to. You want to glue it to this flap, I think. Let me see, the ADD kicks in and I don't know. No, you don't. You want to glue this one down on both sides. So you're going to place the glue on both sides because it's the binding. And you've already got the play in the one before it. So, let's see here. I'm one of those people, I know how to do it. I sometimes have a hard time translating how to do it. So anyway, as you can see, you have this nice accordion fold mini, and look at all of the space you have in between each page now to put embellishments and things. But this is what happens, is it's not quite, I mean, it's just a little bit too sloppy, because even decorated, this is going to you know, it's not going to sit right. So to close it all off, now remember, it's already decorated, so it's already got the expansion that it needs between each page, and it's already got all of the depth and everything that it needs. But what we need to do is prevent this from happening. We need everything to kind of stay together. So what I do is I smush them together, hold it here, and I am going to take another piece of this paper right here. Now you can also go ahead and add fibers and stuff like that through here, like go to the center page and wrap them around here and all this if you want to. Or I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to put glue onto the spine. Hang on, I'll get some fibers and I'll show you what I mean with the fibers. I'm going to get this in here. Now, I'm not going to do this super tight, because if you do it super tight, well, if your mini's already decorated, do it super tight. But I'm going to kind of lay it over here. I'm going to pull it over here. Let me get the fibers and I'll show you how to do the fibers. Hold on. At this point, if I wanted to add fibers and little jewels to hang down, I would go ahead and just sandwich them in there. Get them good and wrapped, you know, around like that, which is how I did it on the other one. And then come around here and do this. I'm going to take this, and I would do this with a trimmer, not my scissors, because I can't cut straight to save my life. I'm going to pull that out because I don't want it in there. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap right here. You see that? Now again, this mini hasn't been decorated, so it's kind of hard to show you the bulk. I don't have time to decorate one right now. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to glue that in there. So now that just kind of cleans up your spine and keeps your book put together. So that's how it was all done. And see, you still have plenty of room for decorations. Your minis are not going to sit out like a V. They're going to kind of stay together because they're already decorated, so you know how big of a gap to put in here to make it work. So anyway, I hope you guys, that was clear enough for you. I know it's kind of confusing sometimes, but it's a really great binding system, and I really love it. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.